Well, we do have an accurate alert now because a tornado warning has been posted for south central Berks County until 6:45. So this is the polygon. Now, what the National Weather Service is saying that a radar indicated possible tornado, a thunderstorm producing a tornado has been located. So if you live in this polygon, what you want to do, you want to seek shelter immediately. The best place to go is your basement. If you don't have a basement, get to the lowest level of your floor, an interior room, a closet or a bathroom. What you want to do is to avoid the windows. Make as many layers between you and the outdoors as possible. Get under a sturdy object as well. That's a good idea because any tornado warning means that you have to take action, that there is the potential for a tornado in your neighborhood. So the latest shows that a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Adamstown or near Reading, moving east at 20 miles per hour. So it looks like we do have a little bit of a hook with that radar. That's an indication of the rushing winds around that possible tornado, and it is moving pretty quickly. So again, if you're in that polygon, you do want to seek shelter right away. We do have a track so we can show you Flying Hills at 620, Crestwood South, Exeter, AVM Estates, and Browns Mills, all in the path of this possible tornado. So again, that tornado warning for south central Berks County is in effect until 6:45 tonight. So we can show you what's called relative velocity. So I know it's been a while since we've had a tornado warning, but this shows the winds. The green is the wind in the direction of a radar site. The red is away. And when you get a bright green right against a bright red, this is what's known as a tight couplet. That's an indication of the rotating wind. So that's one tool that the National Weather Service and meteorologists can use to see if there's a possible tornado. Again, just south of Reading, moving east at about 20 miles per hour. So flying debris is the main threat with a tornado. Of course, if you live in a mobile home, that's a bad idea. And if you have friends who are maybe driving in this area, give them a call, tell them to drive to a sturdy place, a store, a gas station. You really do not want to be in a car with a threat of the tornado. So the number of strikes the past 15 minutes, we've had 10. This is the heaviest part of the storm right now, moving through Mountain, Flying Hills, again, moving east at about 20 miles per hour. We've been watching this line of thunderstorms developing, and when you see a notch like that, that's an indication that there is a little bit of rotation in the atmosphere. So Crestwood South, Exeter, Farming Ridge, Glen Oley Farms, and Browns Mills, all in the path of this tornado, moving east at 20 miles per hour. Now, one thing with tornadoes is that they don't always follow the path. They kind of skip around, they change directions. So that's why that polygon includes much of south central Berks County. So even if you're not in that list of localities, if you're in that polygon, you want to seek shelter right away. So this zooms right in on the possible tornado. So you can actually see near Kenhorst, Route 10, I-76. This is the strongest part of the storm. This is where we see the potential for those rotating winds. Just to the west of it, we have the heaviest downpours. So I'm not sure if maybe, Paul, maybe we could go to the correlation coefficient and see if we can see a debris ball with this. So sorry as we move our sources here, and I'm not really seeing that. All right, so why don't we just go back to radar and we can go ahead and track it, and we can show that indication of that notching. So I know it's been a while since we've had tornado warnings, but when we see what looks kind of like a hook, that's an indication of kind of the winds wrapping around the center of that storm. Again, this is radar indicated. We haven't had any eyewitnesses of a possible funnel cloud reaching from the cloud to the ground, creating that tornado. But when we see a little bit of that hook, that's an indication that there could be the winds wrapping around. Again, it's moving east at 20 miles per hour. So Crestwood South, Green Tree Acres, Exeter, Stonetown, Glen Oley Farms, and Browns Mills, all in the path of that potential tornado. Tornado warning is in effect until 6:45. Why don't we go back to the polygon to show, if you're just joining right now, probably joining in to see the weather forecast. We were saying that there was a cold front pushing in with a possibility of severe weather. So this is a pretty broad severe tornado warning, south central Berks County. The possible tornado right now is south of Redding, but again, it's moving east at 20 miles an hour. But again, they can change directions, they can flip around. So that entire area is under a tornado warning for about the next 20 minutes. If you live in this area, you want to seek shelter immediately. The best thing to do is to head to a basement. If you have a basement, if you don't have a basement, get to the lowest level of your floor. Go to an interior closet or a bathroom. You want to avoid windows. I know this day and age, a lot of people want to take their phone to grab a picture. Don't do that. Get away from the windows, put as many layers between you and the outdoors as possible. If you know anyone outside, get them indoors right away, get under a sturdy object. Take it seriously because as we know, we do get tornadoes in this area, and even if it's not a tornado, there is a threat of some damaging winds. This shows that we've had 21 lightning strikes in this view alone over the past 15 minutes. The strongest part of the storm is south of Redding right now. The actual cell that's sparking that tornado warning is moving east at 20 miles per hour. So this puts much of south central Berks County in the path of the possible tornado. This shows also the rainfall rates, and it's pretty impressive. So we've been looking at about 1.5 inches of rain an hour with this particular cell, that cell that is producing that possible rotation. So part of the reason why the threat of severe weather is so strong today is that it's been so warm. We reached a high of 82 degrees in Philadelphia. I think Berks County, I think Redding was 79 or 81. So there's a lot of fuel to the storms. It's humid. We've got dew points in the 60s. So when you have a cold front pushing in to that warm and humid air, it creates the lift. And when you get a little bit of spin in the atmosphere, that is what can spawn the tornado. And wait, you know what? We just have that tornado warning has been canceled, I see. So the threat of severe weather will continue as we track the storms. I'm going to be here all night long. I will be cutting in if we have any more tornado warnings, but right now that tornado warning has been canceled. Should I send it back to Brian or Jason?
You can do whatever you want, Cecily. We're all...
I've done enough. I'm done for now. I'll send it back to you, Brian.
No more tornado warning. Thank you. We're going to take a quick break.
For now.
And more action news coming up after this.